Welcome back to Game Galaxy, and today I want to talk about my thoughts on the Doom closed beta on PS4 that luckily I was able to be a part of. If you're wondering how you were able to play the beta, you had to have bought Wolfenstein: The New Order back in the day, and these copies, if you bought back in the day, came with a Doom beta access card that you've had for a couple of years and we were waiting to use. The beta ran from Thursday, March 31st through Sunday, April 1st. And I've got family in town right now visiting, and my schedule's been really crazy, so I was only able to jump on Sunday, April 1st, the last day of the beta, and play. But this is such a breath of fresh air. I am so happy with this. So obviously, if you've seen my other Doom videos, you know I'm a huge fan of Doom, and it's my favorite first-person shooter series. I play through Doom 1 and 2 every year, and I'm currently playing through the new Megawad Hell on Earth starter pack that Sergeant Mark IV released with the newest version of Brutal Doom. So I love Doom, and this beta gave us 2 multiplayer maps to play in. One of them was called Heatwave, which is a lava-filled facility, and Infernal, a hell-themed level. The short version is I absolutely love this beta, and it felt completely fresh. When I first jumped in, I was like, whoa, this is way too smooth or fluid, and I was thrown off by the momentum of how you move. But I quickly learned to love it. And the best part is that you're always running, so I don't have to keep clicking L3 to take 5 steps like in Call of Duty. I've also been out of shooters for a while, and this felt fresh because you have a much higher health and armor than you do in a Call of Duty game, and it's a little more like Halo, and I really like that because you can have more interesting gunfights with people that last a little longer instead of bam bam, you're dead. It definitely helps to have Space Marine armor. You can also grab onto any ledge and pull yourself up, so that's really helpful, especially if you just missed a jump. It makes vertical scaling a tactical way to move around the map. There's also a double jump like Advanced Warfare or Black Ops 3, but it's much more subdued and it doesn't give you much more height than it does an extra small push, so you have to be more deliberate when you use it or you'll find yourself falling in a hole or missing your mark entirely. One thing I'm not sure I agree with is your health doesn't regenerate. Now, regenerating health has been a point of conversation for first-person shooter games for a while, but in multiplayer first-person shooters, I think it has a place. For example, if I've just chain-killed 3 guys, I shouldn't run around the corner because my health is low from those previous fights and have a guy who just freshly respawned pop off 1 shot on me and I die. I don't really agree with that. I feel like if I've chain killed those 3 guys and I have time, the health should regenerate because it at least puts everybody on an even playing field at all times. The flip side to that argument I can see where it says, well, this changes the way you play the game and when you attack and when you seek out items. So I see both sides of the coin, but I'm just not fully on board with it. But either way, I love that you can take many more hits and bullets than you can in a Call of Duty game. The beta was really refreshing for me because I thought I might be growing out of shooters in a way. I played the original Black Ops and Modern Warfare 3 hardcore, and I was always in the top or second spot playing with my friend. But the last few released games, I just haven't felt them being fun. The variety of weapons, movement system, and especially the higher health in Doom made it feel fresh and also a return to form. After all, Doom created the deathmatch formula. So after the initial shock of how the game felt, I was happy because it was taking first-person shooting back to its roots. Absolute fun. I started out playing this thinking, I'll just play this for the beta, but I'll only play the single player when the game comes out. To now, I can't wait until the game launches because for me, this will be my multiplayer shooter of choice. I'm still frustrated I was only able to play on Sunday, April 3rd, and I played all the way up until the dedicated servers were pulled offline, and now I'm just sitting here salivating watching my gameplay, and I can't wait to play it again. I wish they just let you play with bots or something, but I guess that's how they make the sale. And how about these graphics? They are just beautiful. On the PS4, it's running 1080p at 60 frames per second, and you won't be able to see the 60 frames per second here since this video is compressed to 30 frames per second for YouTube, but it's smooth and beautiful, and I was very pleased to see something that looks so smooth, and the lighting is really great. Only every so often there would be a vertical sync tear that would stay on the screen for like 5 seconds, but then it would go away. It only happened to me 2 or 3 times, so it wasn't bothersome at all. When it comes to weapons, like most shooters, you can carry 2 weapons and have a tactical item, and I thought they were very interesting, and I can't wait to see more weapons. The assault rifle was great and a good weapon to nick away the health of a player using a slower weapon type like a shotgun or a rocket launcher if you could dodge them. The super shotgun was fantastic, but I found the damage to be inconsistent. It may be because I was too far away from my opponent, but I still loved it. It's great to use when you're in corridors. The lightning gun is a short range weapon that shoots out a constant arc of of lightning, and I found this weapon to be a little overpowered. When I used it, I just melted through the guys, and the same when it was used against me, I would just die. I'm not sure how it should be modified, but I think it's a little overpowered. The rocket launcher isn't a weapon I would normally use, but if you got a direct hit, you'd get 55 damage, but the splash damage wasn't that great, and the rockets moved too slowly for my taste. I cut through so many opponents trying to fire rockets at me while I strafed and jumped around them, just cutting into them with the assault rifle. The plasma rifle is fun to use, especially because you can use its secondary fire to create an area of effect damage spot on the floor that will damage enemies as they walk on it. And the bullets, while less powerful than the assault rifle, also have some splash damage, so you can damage your enemies even if you're not completely on target. The static gun is a gun that charges as you move, and it lets out a powerful blast. I didn't use it that much, and I didn't use the reflex rifle either, which is more like a sniper rifle. But there was this one gun that I don't know the name of it that I got on a random pickup, and it shoots one powerful blast that just obliterates enemies. Check this out, I got this guy in midair. I think I'm pretty good at first-person shooters, but I kept coming in at second place. I just couldn't get first. If I had more time to play and practice, I could have got that first spot. So Connor Thornhill and Shino3, whoever you guys are, congratulations. This post-game screen looks just like Black Ops 3, so I'm not sure what that's all about. You can also get instant kills by pressing the melee button, which is R3, right in front of someone, and you go into a takedown move that would actually make you vulnerable and take some time and leave you exposed to being killed. I actually got killed quite a few times because I was stuck in my takedown animation, so sometimes it's best to keep circling around and shooting the opponent. The takedown will only work when your enemy is glowing, and it seems to be hit or miss when it wants to work sometimes. The music at the loading screen is so perfect and so doom and metal. You know, I found it quite weird because in the matches there wasn't any music at all. It was really weird to me at first, but I ended up getting used to it. But I assume that's just because this is the beta and the real game will have music during the multiplayer. And I really hope it does, because that'll just make it all the more badass. You can also transform into a demon by these demon runes that will spawn in the map and transform you. And in this beta, they let us play as the Revenant demon that has a jetpack and shoulder-mounted rocket launchers. It's super fun. You can transform by either getting to the rune first or killing the enemy and taking the power from them. It's super fun just to annihilate the competition in demon form. After a while, you'll transform back to normal if you haven't been killed. All in all, I'm so happy with this, and I'm not just saying that. I wouldn't take the time and effort to make this video for you guys if I didn't love it. I thought I was done with online multiplayer shooters, but this is gonna bring me back in, and I'm so excited for the single player experience. I hope it's fast-paced, metal, and it's full of demons that I can pump full of buckshot. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in hell.